A very warm welcome to podcast Synergy, Dentistry and Beyond, curated and hosted by Dr. Saloni Mistry, the chairperson, and me, Dr. Manali Mehta, the secretary for Bharat Dental Show.
Heartfelt greetings from Bharat Dental Show. And yes, we are here to begin the second session of our webinar series. In the month of May, we had something which was crossing borders, roots and wings. And now we have come up with something so unique that every woman has something more to pursue. And what is it that is beyond dentistry for her? So we are pursuing a parallel profession, or you're pursuing a passion. And today we have a very beloved dear friend, Dr. Neha Satam, with us. Over to you, Manali, again.
So today's guest, that is Dr. Neha Satam, is someone who lives an intersection of science and consciousness. Dr. Neha's work connects three things: psychotherapy, consciousness research, and sound. Because sometimes healing doesn't start with medicine, it starts with vibrations. That's Dr. Neha Satam Rane, she's an MS in counseling and psychotherapy. She's a PhD in biotechnology with 10 years as a psychotherapist and mind power trainer. And she's currently a research scientist at IIT Mandi, working on consciousness and Indian knowledge systems. She's just not a researcher, though. She's a sound therapist also, a past life regression therapist, and she's taught thousands of people how to manage stress, anxiety, emotional burnout using tools that are both ancient and evidence based. Dr. Neha, most people hear consciousness and think it's too abstract. You make it practical. So today, we are going to talk about the mind, the sound, and the stress, and simple daily practices that actually work. Dr. Neha, me, and Dr. Saloni, on behalf of Bharat Dental Show, welcome you to the show.
Thank you so much. Namaskaram
Often,
to everyone.
namaskar, Dr. Neha. Often it has been quoted, Neha, Dr. Neha.
Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thank
Our
you so
pleasure,
much.
Dr. Neha. Our pleasure. So, Dr. Neha, often I have read that train your mind to control your emotions, right? And I think on the emotional quotient, all of us have different grades. Somebody expresses it, somebody doesn't. And because you are somebody, I mean, it's not just about how you train your emotions, but you are somebody who is a conscious mind researcher. That is something even beyond, control of emotions. So let us hear from you. What is your journey and what has inspired you to take this journey of psychotherapy, consciousness research, control of emotions, and sound? What an amazing conglomeration.
Okay, so anybody hears this, they always ask me what this amalgamation? It is two different topics or three different topics, how we are combining together. So it is not, it is not at all a planned journey. It is like my own fascination towards two questions since childhood. Why, in a particular situation, two individuals behave differently? Why they react differently? Why they respond differently? And another question which always fascinates me: how this emotion works, how our mind works, how our thoughts are coming up. So all these things were kind of question always fascinate me, and I try to be towards a science of it. So I took an admission towards taking an understanding of it. So I studied medical biochemistry and genetics, molecular biology, and then I realized ki okay, biology is not sufficient to understand this. Let's dive further. So I have learned about the psychotherapy also as my master subject. And then while understanding that, I came across ki, understanding his emotions and things means people problem is not sufficient. We have to go to the deeper in the root cause of it, how it forms, how it's generate, what is the seed behind that particular thing. And by doing this kind of a research, I come across with Indian knowledge system, that is our Indian ancient shastras. And through that, I come across about a mind beyond what we consider mind, a different modalities of it, and how actually the consciousness works. And this is how things works for me. And it's continuous journey, learning every new one days about the same.
Great. Yes.
Fantastic, Dr. Neha. That's very inspiring that you are exploring this unique path from mind to molecules to music.
Totally.
Yes. So
Yes,
today's
because again, sound never means sound is just a small part of it you can consider. Because why sound get integrated? Because it's a simple example. If you just hear a melodious sound or a music or something, immediately you feel happy,
Yes.
calm, or
True.
you get energized. Okay, so that one thing make me very very interested towards sound. And then I again dig into the Indian Shastras, ki what exactly the sound play in our life. And as you know that we all knows it is started from that purest sound frequency, which we called it as Nada Brahma. And they say that it is the entire creation is possible with the help of that, the first sound, which is named as Nad Brahma. And that's all again fascinate me to move towards the sound journey.
Even Om, I think, has a particular frequency. We
Yes.
known that the first kind of chanting, which is in Om and which gives you a form of meditation, and how you chant Om at what frequency level is also something different. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
I was just coming. The podcast title today, frequency. Dr. Neha, I would request you to break down for us what does healing mean? As the big one, can healing happen without medicines? And sometimes even can it happen even without words?
Oh, yes. How? Oh, for that, to understand what and how healing works, for that, you first need to understand ki how the exactly body tune it. Right. Because healing will not start automatically. It is not the external one or is something else. You need to first understand how exactly. So, I'll explain you with a simple example of mobile. Every one of us is using mobile, right? So, mobile has an handset. Then there is a specific software. We call it as which version of a software that you are using, that KitKat 14, 15, 16, God knows, different versions we are using, right? And along with that, there is when you start operating this, if your mobile is without SIM, you can use it for the particular purpose. You can record the videos, or you can click your photographs, right? And some apps, like when you are connected with Wi-Fi, you can use certain apps, not more than that. You can simply do the calculation over it. But if you wanted to communicate with someone, if you wanted to connect with someone, it is necessary that you should have a SIM. And only having a SIM will not solve your purpose. You need to have a proper connection to the tower which is surrounded, so that the connection will establish properly. Otherwise, you can hear the call drop, message drop. The communication will not be possible. Similarly, if you can understand how your body is tuned, your body is not just an external what you are looking up, like your hands, mouth, and everything. No, 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 no. It is just an hardware which you are having. Then there is an internal software which is already tuned within, with the help of mind, intelligence, chitta, and ahankara, and your emotions. And when you are actually integrating it within an external scenarios, you started tuning inside, and then the harmony or whatever frequency tune inside from the external scenario is give you that particular response or the reaction that you do with yourself. So it is not just a body. So from the body. And in our ancient knowledge, it called as three types of sharira, that is trikayi, which is called as stula sharira, sukshma sharira, and a karana sharira. So stool sharir means your external body, sukshma sharir means the software part of it, and the karana sharira is nothing but the essence, the chetana, the energy that is flowing within you. And that is nothing but simple sim that you are having within. Until and unless the sim is not tuned properly, you are not able to work properly. So this is how your life is. So healing, yes, definitely when you start tuning these three bodies in a proper appropriate manner, healing start there and there itself. So it can be with your simplest action, it can be with your simple word, it is your with simple thought process also.
What a perfect example, Dr. Neha, because I think for our generation today, I mean, I don't think remembering talking about mobiles and all when we were young, but our current generation, I guess they are completely glued to the mobile. So it's such a perfect example that you've given of what is the interconnection when you're actually, thinking about the mind and the consciousness and the control and the healing process. So yes, the interconnection, that is something that you have told us. What are the simple daily practices that you would tell us? Like, we have a different generation, right, from Gen Z to like our middle generation to somebody who's a like a little elder generation. So what are the simple daily practices that you would advocate, because we all talk about meditation, we talk about yoga, and we talk about so many things, awareness, meta consciousness, metacognition of thought, so many things. But what is it that we do? We do nothing. We absolutely do nothing. So what is it that you would tell us that these are the simple daily practices and this is what you need to follow?
Okay, so this is it is like a uniqueness, right? If you walk out to any shop or a market or something like that. Oh, let's take and consider you are entering into a shop which is having a full of sweet. So there is a n number of sweets available, and every sweet is tempting, right? Every sweet is means mouth watering or something like that. But still, you choose a specific one that you like, right? If you are fond of Kaju Katli, you'll go and search of Kaju Katli only. If you are fond of Kalakan, you go and search of Kalakan or Rasgulla, right? Or a Gulab Jamun. It is your inner calling, or it is how your inner self is tuned with. So don't be fascinated what your friend is doing, what your partner is doing, that is working for them because they have tuned that way. What you have tuned, you have to figure it out. And for that, it is very, very essential to understand self in the detailed manner. So once you understand self, so if you feel like I just feel good when you just have a walk, simple walk is also give you that calmness. If you feel that if I am just scribbling with colors, I'm happy, do that. If you feel that oh, if I just write something with a poetic manner or a story manner, I'm feeling good, comfortable, do that. But only criteria for this is at least 3 hours a week you have to spend. Now, this 3 hours you can manage anyways. It can be daily 20 minutes you can spend, or Saturday, Sunday together you can make this 3 hours, or it is a simple one day you are spending there. But daily connecting with yourself, with the activity that you truly love, a genuinely love, is give you that interconnections, the connection with yourself. And it can help you to reduce your all kind of stress that you are carrying when you are doing, and you're the burnout that you are having during the entire week span.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Dr. Neha. Talking about healing frequency, when we talk about it, could you just emphasize a little bit on, because we've always thought about when we talk about sound healing, okay, it just resonates wellness with, those, the bowls, the tingsha bowls which are there. So anything else that you want to add on to the sound healing?
Yes. So basically, nowadays sound healing is more popular. People knows about ki there is a singing bowl which get tuned, and then you feel calm about it. You must have seen lots of reels and videos where people is arranging with a sound, or your body parts. They have kept some small or a big sound ball. Sometimes they ask you to stand into the singing bowl and do that winning. So, what exactly it is? So, understand it is not just the singing bowl. Now, you need to understand the basic science behind it, that your body is made up of Pancha Mahabhuta. That is, your first is the space, then there is air, then there is a fire, and there is water and the earth element. Like we can say Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jala, and Prithvi. These are the five elements it is resembles for making an entire formation of your body. And this five tattva is there present in the environment also and in the prakriti also. So in Upanishadic said, it is considered as yat pinde tat brahmande. Means whatever there within, it is resemble outside in the universe. So in that scenario, all this singing bowl is made up of different materials of the metals. There are seven metals, there are five metals components, so they are made up in such a manner they can derive with the frequency of these five elements. Okay, and there are certain more than the singing bowl instrument, which is resonate the sound of water element, sound of air element, and even for the fire. So fire means what? When there is a lightning, there is a thunderstorm. So there is an instrument which you can hit and you'll get that experience of a
Can
thunderstorm.
you give
When
me can
you
you give me some example, Dr. Neha, like in simple examples of what you can put in the house? Like, I do understand the water flowing is something very, very calming.
yes,
We have those
yes,
water fountains, even the Tibetan bowl, Tibetan bowl, which gives that sound. It's not so easy to do it. I have tried it out myself. You have to have that actual maneuver, and we've tried it
yes.
so many times. So, what are those simple instruments that one can probably procure, and what can you pick to actually use sound therapy for your,
For
like,
healing.
healing? Yeah,
For,
yeah.
for healing.
Okay, it is very simple. So nowadays there is a wind chime which is very
Yes,
common.
yes, absolutely.
So,
Yes.
so you can use that, and there is two ways. The if you are putting it the west side of the things of your house, then it has to be a metal wind chime. Whether if you are keeping it at the eastern side, then there will be you can say ceramic or clay. These can be the option. So there is a everything, because when it comes to west, though the air which is coming from west is very soothing, cooling, and all. So when it be heating by that particular metal,
Metal.
it gives you that kind of a sound. Hey, these all instrumenta, it is pre-exist in our home. There is no need to purchase. In your the prayer room, you have a common
Well,
bell. That is also one instrument that you can use. Then there is in our Maharashtrian ways, it is called as tal or kartal. It is another thing which we can use. Just bang simply, not tan tan tan. You just bang simply. It is give you that
During Ganpati,
peace.
what you do, right?
yeah,
We are
yeah,
talking about
Yes,
that
yeah.
yes.
manjira
Another
or
thing,
something like that.
Manjira is what it
manjiri
is.
or your manjira, you can say.
Yes.
So another thing that you can do is you can keep a small, water flowing fountain kind of a stuff. It can gives you that. And simply, if
Ah,
you are working and you wanted to have a focus, you can use a simple tanpura, C chord. That's it. It is giving you that earthiness. It is giving you that grounding and focus on the immediate basis.
what about lighting a diya? I think you had mentioned something about lighting a diya as well. That itself is also giving you some form of energy, isn't it? Because that's something
Yes,
which every person we do it, like lighting of diya, morning diya and evening diya. There are two different concepts of lighting up a diya as well, right?
And also the lamps which are now available. People
Yes.
have these different lamps which have come in. And could you just share your ideas on that as well?
See, the concept of diya is also mentioned in our ancient practices. Why we light the diya? So diya is the one element which illuminate the whatever darkness is present with his presence, right? So kind of when you lighten up the diya, you are igniting the Agni Tattva. Okay, and you can see if you see the arrangement of a Pancha Mahabhuta, it is space element, then the air element, and at the middle there is a fire element. And then there is an element of a jala, means water elements and earth elements. So fire elements stick in between, and any kind of ignition is the resemblance of you are reaching from one point to other point. Okay, so when you illuminate light, it is the simple process where you are diving from darkness to the lightness, means from the unaware state to awareness. Okay, so whatever is not, able to visualize properly in the presence of light, you can do that particular. So you are aligning your Agni Tattva within, and you know that the Agni Tattva, where it is present in our body, is nothing but your digestive system. So whatever whole day that we are entering into for our work, for the struggle that we are doing it for simply we can eat a proper food, we can take a healthy food, right? But if you are doing a right food also, proper exercise also, but it is not get digested in a right manner, it will leads to an further complications. So this lightening of the Agni, it is nothing but you are again trying to connect within yourself, igniting your Agni, so that whatever things is digesting need to digest in a right manner. And digesting is not just about your food digestion, it is about the thought that you are coming up, the events that you have gone through, the emotions that you have come up with because of that situation, entangling it, releasing it, and expressing it is entire process is a digestion. And here actually the entire modality of Agni play a very, very important role.
So that's so interrelated,
Yes.
especially I can relate to it because what we eat, sometimes we eating so fast, sometimes we are not bothered, so many things. So little things like to summarize. So yes, what would you like to summarize and give like that one message to all our young viewers? Because Bharat Dental Show is not just about it's about generations and to inspire generations. So today we are all here to inspire. They don't need to reach our age to start conscious mind researching or trying to heal yourself, because that's, I think I remember you mentioning that start from a very young age. They are not aware. I think you had mentioned that superficial awareness versus deeper awareness. So can you please tell us about that as well?
Yes. So basically, if you wanted to be happy in your life, you wanted to be contented in your life, you wanted to be means progressive what you are doing in a appropriate manner at that point of time, simple thing that it is needed, understanding self, understand your own value. Means what exactly happened in our entire journey. The programming of a brain and the mind is happen in such a manner. We try to see ourselves from the perception of someone else, right? Means we try to see what parents is thinking about us, what parents become happy when we do certain things, we feel that is we. When we go to the school at that point of time, what teachers, what our classmate or our best friends like within us, we feel that is ours. When we go to the professional life at that point of time, your colleagues, your professional collaborators or your clients, whatever you feel, they feel for you, you feel that is you, but it is not. You have to see yourself deep into the mirror, what truly you like. And it is not a validation that you are seeking from someone else. It is very essential that you validate yourself by understanding yourself. Understand, since childhood we have in our geography we have learned about solar system, and if you can compare the solar system, only one sun is present and there are n number of planets. So right now it is, previously it was nine planet, now it has been nine or eight planets are present. The number of planets are more than the sun, but still it is called as solar
Who's there?
system.
She's free.
S, sun stands for S. Then self is also related with
Saloni,
S. Even
freezed.
Surya is S. So swa, yourself, is so very important. So your life is exactly like a solar system. You are the sun of that particular. Rest all your relationship, all your people surrounding, they are like a different planets. They will come closer to you sometimes, they will go apart from you for sometimes. It is like according to their convenience they will roam around you and on their periphery. But who is not means changing the position is that sun. And if you see the chemistry of a sun also, it is illuminating because of the internal processing or internal turbulence it is going within, and because of that you can see that illumination. So understand, until and unless you are not diving from outside to inside what you truly are, things will not be possible. External things can give you temporary happiness, temporary sadness, or temporary dissatisfaction. But once you start connecting yourself, it will gives you a real clarity, real satisfaction, and real happiness.
Wow. Over to you, Manali, to conclude.
So, thank you so much, Dr. Neha. You've researched everything from past life memories to mandala art to mental health. If you remove all the science for 10 seconds, and as a human, if there is one life changing message that you would want to give all of us, what would it be? Like, just in case, like, like if it's like a Monday morning, like 8
Yeah.
a.m., a person is like overwhelmed, like the inbox is full, there's a lot of anxiety, you have like patients lined up, forget 1 hour of meditation, okay? What is that two or three simple daily practices that you would, would help people to manage their stress, the anxiety, and the emotional burnout?
Oh, so that one thing I always say that key first and the foremost thing is be grateful that what you have, right? So daily gratitude practice, and when you are doing a gratitude practice, just don't be thankful. It is not just the Thanksgiving things. It is you are first recognizing whom you are saying thank you, then remembering why are you saying thank you, and then reciprocating. So when you are practicing gratitude, majority of the time, what happened is we say thank you to only a people who help us. But if you just see the broader perspective of your life, you are lessly dependent on the people, but you are more dependent on the things or the gadget that is surrounded to you. So when you are practicing gratitude, don't just practice it for your people, practices even for your smartphone, because that smartphone is helping you to connect with the people, gathering lots of information. So whenever you are practicing, make sure to whom you are saying thankfulness, and why are you saying that thank you, and then reciprocate. Because once you start doing it, you will understand there are n number of things which is helping you to do better in your life. Okay, so automatically, and you will understand majority of the time why we get disturbed, because we feel I am doing these things, I am doing this task, I'm a doer, right? When you start practicing gratitude, the doer attitude gets suppressed, and you will understand your doing is possible with the help of the subordinate or the assistant that you are receiving. This is one thing which is very, very essential that you have to do regularly. And second, very, very essential things that you have to do is forgiveness practice. And forgiveness is something very a wider domain. Okay. But it is not just you are asking sorry to someone or you are accepting sorry from someone. It is not like that. You have to start it from yourself, because majority of the time we get frustrated because of someone else reaction. We get disturbed, we get angry, we get sad, we get unhappy because of someone else behavior. That person enact, that person react and goes off. But the essence of that incident, the sense of that evidence continue with us. And that particular day we don't work out for ourselves, we don't eat proper food, we skip our meal, or we just spend our whole time just into crying or something like that. I'm not saying don't express your emotion, I'm saying expression of the emotion is essential, but at the same time torturing of the self is not acceptable. And for that, if you are doing these kind of things, self forgiveness play a essential role, because until and unless you are not feeling sorry for yourself of any of your action, then it is very, very difficult to make or accept someone's sorry, right? So majority of the time our thank you and our sorry is become superficial. But when you wanted to do it in an appropriate manner, you have to thank yourself also, because you are capable of doing certain things. At the same time, you have to forgive yourself for a small things. So that is one thing that you have to regularly practice. And another very, very essential things that you have to practice daily basis while going on towards bed. Do one thing, that is keep a small diary, and in that diary mention a single good thing happens in an entire day. So you will say that ki Neha, there are lots of issues happening, how could I select a single good thing? I'm saying if you are walking around and somebody without knowing you given a smile, that is also a beautiful moment for you. If somebody calls up without your prior notice or just check out how you are, so
That's
that is
true.
also your victory, you know. And if you feel happy when you
Simple things
just
like
pass
that.
around the flower shop and just by seeing that flowers, if you feel happy, so start collecting this particular small small things, because one day, the day one, it will be very difficult for you to select the one thing. But at the practice of 21 days, you could able to understand, oh, you can easily pick it up, because you are reprogramming yourself now. Because up till now our programming happen in such a manner, we have to always magnify or zoom in into what we don't have. Given a simple example, when you are a child, at that time if you are scoring 38 out of 40, then mother and father will ask where you have lost your 2 marks, why you lost your 2 marks. No one is talking about the 38 marks that you have received. So mind
True.
has programmed
We've all
that
experienced
way,
that. Yeah, totally.
Yes,
right? So
absolutely.
now you have to tune your mind, made it into the practice, what is happening good to me.
More
So
towards
then at,
positive rather than the negative.
yes,
Totally. It was such a pleasure having you, Dr. Neha, here with us. I believe that this topic is much more deeper and time is not, adequate
yes,
enough to concise this topic because it's so profound. But I think the simple things that you spoke about, the sound therapy, the recognition of the mind, even these simple practices, even pursue your passion like painting or, writing, simple things. And yes, gratitude and forgiveness, so very
Forgiveness.
important. And look at what is there around and smile, be kind to yourself. These are very, very important things. I would like to conclude this session by saying a verse from Bhagavad Gita, which is called as samatvam, that is balance of mind, a calm and peaceful mind. In duality, you would have success, you would have failure, you would have grief, you would have happiness, you would have turmoil, and sometimes you would have pleasure, you would have criticism, and you would have admiration. We have duality, two sides of kind. But when you have a balanced, calm mind, and that is what Lord Krishna had said, samatvam, practice samatvam. That's something which we have learned from you, Dr. Neha. It was such a pleasure to host you, myself, and Dr. Manali to conclude the final words.
So, to everybody who was listening to our podcast today, if you're dealing with stress, anxiety, or just some mental noise, this episode is your remembering, is a reminder that healing just doesn't start with talking. Sometimes it just starts with your self awareness. Gratitude, we learned today that gratitude and forgiveness, these two are the most important things. And I would request all of you to start practicing with these two small things as Dr. Neha taught us today. Until the next episode, stay aware, stay kind, and keep healing from within. Thank you very much, Dr. Neha.
Yes, and if you are one of them who is dentistry and beyond, please reach out to us on Bharat Dental Show. We would love to have you on podcast, and we would love to explore your passions, and we would love to learn from you. Please DM to me, Dr. Saloni Mehta Mistry, organizing chairperson, or Dr. Manali Mehta. You are seeing us on our Insta page. You're seeing us on YouTube channel as well. Please reach out to us, and please let's connect together. That's what is our vision of Bharat Dental Show. Thank you, Dr. Neha. Such a pleasure to have you on board with us today.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Neha.
Thank you.
Menas, we are done.